First I want to say, uh, I guess welcome to Word on Ski. I, it's been a minute, but let me go ahead and do this intro the right way. Uh, I go by the name of VersaceLaz. This is my boy G Lupe, and you are now listening to the Word on Ski podcast. Um, I guess since it's been a minute, usually we'll talk about, something polarizing going on in the news or whatever the case may be. But quite frankly, nothing has interested me lately.
And that's why I offered to just have whatever, just talk whatever, like whatever,
Yeah,
like
I'm.
whatever topics are in your mind. Like I have a couple, and they're not like they're not about the. I mean, they're about human beings. Or they're just about
Yeah.
it's a kind of about the war, not like war stuff like that. Just fucking just
What
things in my head, like like
one
you
of the
just think
things
about.
that yeah, like one of the things that's been interesting me lately, like from like years back, there was this article about Elon Musk, and they said, Neuralink, right? Where like he's doing it
Neuralink.
because Neuralink. It's like he wants
Is
to,
that
cure like Alzheimer's or
that sounds like
whatever.
something like they used to do, like like that one thing they did, like they put something in your eye, they clobber it, like break a skull, just so I don't know. It sounds something like that.
That
Sounds
sounds
dangerous.
barbaric.
Yeah,
That sounds
sounds
barbaric, actually.
that word sounds very
Uh,
barbaric.
what would they use that for? Like just to put something right here and just like your skull, like
I forgot. There's a scientific term for it. They used to do. They thought it actually helped, but they realized that no,
I
that's
don't,
dangerous. You
I've
just
never heard of it, but it sounds gruesome. Like
yeah,
it can do
uh,
more harm than good. What type of
and it did,
1840s like
and it
60s?
did.
This, something crazy? Like I was, talking about the Neuralink and everything. People are trying to use like technological advancements to like cure diseases. But back in like the 1840s, people would use stuff that were just completely unnecessary to try to cure sickness. Like, there's no reason why I had a common cold and you're trying to give me sulfur and you're wondering why I died. Like, that's why I died. You injected me with sulfur and now I'm dead.
Well,
And
well, back in the 1800s, like things were still progressing. Things
was
were
it
still
though? Because I feel like in the
no, it
1800s
was
it
so
was at a
bad. More
standstill.
people died definitely from a cold or whatever they called it
Yeah,
back then,
but they probably
rather
called
than
it
now. Imagine if COVID happened back then. It would have been another black plague. It literally would have been another black plague.
high key. That might be this now, dude. Like COVID
Yeah.
is in the same way people didn't understand the Black Plague or like the Spanish flu back like more than 100 years ago. It's like people barely understand it now. I feel like we kind of regressed as a society. Like we were supposed to get more technologically savvy after like I would say the 1940s. Like we were supposed to advance more
No,
as a
by now there should have been
civilization.
like the flying Lambo going on right now.
Exactly, flying
Yeah,
Lambo, 76
2021,
foot tall Amazon. Like, I feel like if ain't all the
a,
if
a Lambo
people would say
robot
Lambo robot, we were supposed to have Transformers, magic flying carpets, blue
by the
jeans.
90s, by the late
Yup.
90s, early 2000s, I think.
Because you remember that they said that they thought back in probably like the 70s or the 80s that in like 10, 20 years, like food was gonna be a little pill. We'd probably be having teleportation. Like
But
science fiction TV completely lied to us.
yeah, but think about it. That was people's ideas of like in like 20 years from their time.
Exactly.
That's what they were thinking at that point. So in the 80s, they're thinking 20 years that holy shit, all of this was like that, like it was all of this was possible, but not really.
It was supposed to be. Like
Mhm.
that was kind of it. It
But
was
this was
supposed.
just people's imagination.
Uh, the imagination got us a Tesla.
Yeah.
The imagination is the reason why these
Mhm.
exist. You know what
No,
I'm saying? Like,
but I'm saying like the flying cars and stuff like that. Like those
mhm.
imagination. I'm not talking about like the things that were actually made. I'm talking about the things that weren't that actually didn't happen. Like
Actually, I think somebody is. Mhm.
people probably just thought that no, things did happen, but like not as big as people were thinking.
I mean, we got cell phones out of the
Yeah,
deal. We
and he popped up.
Oh my goodness.
Wait, is it like your phone that like?
I'm getting a phone call.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to like let it go, let it die down.
Just hit the button on the side.
All right, there we go. I'm
Hopefully, it
sorry
wasn't
about that.
nobody important.
Um, no, what was I saying? Yeah, we got cell phones out of the deal,
Yeah,
but you know what I'm saying? We also, everything that was a big possibility that we could have got, like right now, and I think it's somewhere in the Far East. Um, somebody is actually creating a flying car. Like a
they're still
company is
trying. I
trying to
think.
you're trying to
I
perfect
mean, they had
the art of
hoverboards.
a
They're
flying car.
they're like they already started doing
Barely,
hoverboards. Yeah,
barely, barely. Like
they're
this was
just
supposed to.
getting like the tech in a way like they're getting the. I think the technology was there already, but I think the idea was finally like okay. I think they found a way to do it, and then they started building it. And I think
Um,
they're just slowly progressing to start.
at the turn of the millennium, I would say around like 2000, 2001, right? Every technological possibility still could have been at the forefront. Like we had facial recognition. You telling me that the art of a 3D printer or a 4D printer, you can make something out of nothing. So you tell me at the turn of the millennium that somebody didn't have the idea of probably in about 7, 8, 9 years I could have a floating skateboard, or I can have shoes that lace themselves, or what is it, a self-driving car, and then boom, the Tesla comes out, but they still have not even perfected the self-driving car.
Mhm.
There has been multiple accidents by Tesla, but you know the technology should have been like elevated us to like brand new heights.
It could have been like the people. Maybe the people were just, maybe most of the people were just people that got the ideas but didn't actually know how to do it until time passed by. And then there's a person that came across this idea and they're like, "Oh, I could do this." Or oh,
Mhm.
I'm guessing that, or maybe people are just lazy.
you know what gets me is like the idea of Amazon was so far fetched, right?
Oh no,
Like,
everybody like that he was trying to like bring in that were saying like, "Oh, this is gonna be big stuff." Like I think besides this, or just people thought it was just like this is not never gonna happen.
hmm
Like
that
you're a
and
crazy
like
man.
Apple computers in a sense.
Hmm.
I feel like the same thing kind of every big technological advancement,
Netflix.
everybody,
Look what
yeah,
happened to
like
their competitor.
exactly.
There's only
So
one
that they
left,
looked at it,
and
and it's like, where is it? Oregon?
yeah, and
It's
it's an
Oregon, right?
Airbnb. I
Yeah.
think also you
That's
can
right.
rent that out.
So like every
Damn, the
big
metaphor. It
technological
literally,
event.
the best part
Mhm.
literally just became a woman of the night selling herself for money.
That big multi-billion-dollar company is like, come lay in me.
Yeah,
Come spend a weekend. Like that's a bad way to look at a blockbuster.
yeah. This
I
woman.
miss the simpler times though.
It was like the GameStop of the moment of like that time.
Yeah.
You just went, looked at the games. Hopefully, your
So
parent will get it for you.
so you saying like GameStop will eventually become like Blockbuster?
Yeah, in a way, because we still, as kids, when we go to games, like we still went, saw, never got anything. We just
That's
went
all.
there.
Every time I went into GameStop, I got something.
I didn't. I sometimes didn't.
No,
I
I
just,
went every,
I still do that.
Bruh,
Excuse me.
what the
I
are you
still
coughing up your insides at this point?
maybe
Like what?
no, but
Goodness.
even this moment, like even now, we still just go GameStop, just go and look what's there. Usually
I mean,
nothing. Usually the same things.
I see why we do that now because
It's a
honestly, like I
habit.
said, like
It's just like a programmed
mhm,
in us.
nothing really now. I don't know if it's because I'm getting older and like nothing's really piquing my interest. Like I'm very much so set in my interest ways. Like I know what I like and I kind of stick to what I like, but when I see something that stands out, it's like, oh yeah, I might get that. You know,
Yeah,
like
I sometimes
so.
go in there and be
Mhm.
like, yeah, I kind of want to get this, but sometimes is it worth? Like, do I have the money? Am I gonna
Like,
not like
will I like
struggle?
it in the long? I don't like to regret buy. I don't like it when I buy something and like 30 seconds later I'm like, why did I do that?
Hmm.
I don't like that moment. So that's what kind of stops me from buying a lot of stuff. Like,
So that stops me out too. Unless it's like something like I've been wanting to. It's like I have a purpose of going to GameStops because I am gonna buy this,
yeah,
and that's
like
what usually happens.
you
Not all the time.
you really have to go into certain places with a game plan, or you just either
Yeah,
gonna leave with nothing or you're gonna leave with everything. This is why we don't grocery shop on an empty stomach.
true. Because you're just gonna end up
We
buying
don't do that.
unnecessary
Exactly.
stuff that you might not even get to use, and from the moment you remember you had that, it's like it's already dead stuff from
Exactly.
like you had like 3 4 like a month.
Exactly. And you don't need a 32 box of corn dogs. Nor
No,
do you need,
if
you know what
only
I'm
is
saying?
if there's only like 2 3, like one person or two people or sometimes three, like 32. I mean, unless you eat like three a day, then you'll be fine. But 32 is a lot. But usually that
I'm
doesn't
very
happen. People
mhm,
that usually doesn't happen. You're not planning on, okay, I'm gonna get these 32, and then from there we're gonna portion them, and then
mhm.
for each day, so we have food. And but by like the third day, you'll be like, oh, I'm kind of tired of this.
I'm very much so consistent with you've seen me grocery shop. Like you've seen
Yeah,
what I would get.
you're like a hunter.
It's yeah, basically. Um
You go in there and you already have an idea of what you're gonna get.
exactly, because if I don't, I'm going to just like I'm gonna see what looks good in the moment. And most likely it's not gonna be eaten. It's
Hmm.
not gonna be ate. I remember one time when I was working with my sister, I got off and I went straight to Meyer, and I didn't eat that whole day, and I did not know what to make when I got. I've got 3 boxes of beef stroganoff, right?
Excuse me.
And I made one box. I instantly did not like it, and
Hmm.
I just had 2 boxes just chilling in my cabinet. So it's like
That's what happens a
I
lot.
don't.
I think
It
that usually happens in
does.
people's households all the time. I don't think people ever utilize everything they get.
It we live very much so in a gluttonous society.
Yes.
It's, not only is it like it's run by what is it on greed, but it's like straight gluttony as well. Like we're greedy, we want it all, and like
I
we
mean,
want more of
especially
it.
when people are freaked out,
Exactly.
like
That's
what
why
happened
in the
to what was I think was it COVID with people the toilet paper,
all yes, dude.
the magic toilet paper that was gonna help us get better from COVID.
and now and now it's just like a collection of idiots that have
Some of them
48,000.
definitely still have like a pair of
Oh yeah,
that exact toilet paper they got from a year ago, more than a
they have,
year ago
of
at this
course.
point.
Because how often do you don't first of all you don't poo every hour. You do it like at
Maybe
least
twice a
one,
day.
yeah, once or twice a sometimes if you backed up, you only go like once or twice a week. But you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? If you do it regularly, you're only gonna do it like once or twice a day. So you're not going through 3 rolls a day. If anything, you're going through like
No.
a roll every 2 weeks or something
Come on,
like that,
even with the
depending
family
on
of
how much you
six,
use.
like a roll would last you like a week.
Yeah, but like, dude, even if like you had people who lived by themselves
Eh,
getting like cases and case like not even case like just cases and cases and cases and cases and cases of like toilet paper and
like
water
one case
and
is
like
fine. One case is fine.
yes, but like
Two might be
mhm.
stepping over, but I get it. Just you just don't want to go to the store in like 2 weeks just to buy toilet paper.
People don't know how to panic buy. Like if you're gonna panic buy, you gotta panic buy the right way. You gotta get perishable
Mm.
items. Like there's no reason that you are buying four jars of spaghetti sauce that has an expiration date. Guess what? I don't know if anyone has told any of y'all this yet, but canned goods don't really expire. So if you get a few cases of beef stew, some cases of water, I guarantee in in an apocalyptic moment, if you are safe and you got those cans of beef stew, guess what? You can survive for about a good 6 or 7 months if you know how to ration right. But we
Hmm.
had idiots buying jars of pasta sauce. What was it? And a whole bunch of other stuff that really that can expire in like a month or 2 months. And it's like, dude, you're not doing this the right way. Because you're gonna end up right back here. And that's what people didn't even know, like which mask to wear. So we have foods wearing panties and bras and stuff
Just wearing
on
anything.
their face. So it's like they will be right back there in that moment doing all of that. So like, but the beginning of COVID was a wild,
Wait,
and it
does
seems like
this
mhm,
definitely doesn't work, right?
it doesn't. That does not work at all. Because like if you can, I
Or,
say this if
even when they do
mhm,
like the little nah, and they don't even pull it up. They just like put their head down and just do this.
like I don't see the point of somebody that where is it? Where's I got one right here. I don't see the point of somebody wearing a mask, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Got honey
you
all
know
over my
that
hands.
if they don't wear it the right way, and they're just like, oh yeah, I'll have it like this, or they have it down here, or you know what I'm saying, they have it hanging like this. It's like, dude, what's the if you don't want to be safe, that's fine, but like get out of my establishment if you're not gonna
Mm-hmm.
follow the right protocol.
And it's
So
just all you gotta do is just walk. Just have a mask in your pockets on deck every time, like you're going to
yeah,
war.
hmm like
And then just
when when
you don't
I'm
have to wear
mhm,
it. You don't have to unless okay. This place you need one. Okay, I got it in my pocket. Put it on, and you don't even have to wear it when you sit down, like a restaurant.
like I'm
Like
I'm
you just wear
vaxxed
it
up.
when like
Mhm.
moving like for if you go in the bathroom, you leaving, or if you walk into the bar or something like that. But besides that, it's not hard. It's I
If
don't know.
I'm if
Are
I'm
we
in a
children?
secluded, yeah. If I'm by myself and I'm walking, I don't wear it. If I'm at work, no, I work third shift. No one is in my aisle. No one is there in
It's
my
third
aisle
shift.
but me. I have my mask on, so I have my mask off. So it's like if I'm in a crowded area full of people and I don't know, I don't ask because I don't care if someone is vaxxed up or not. I know I'm good. I know I'm keeping me safe.
Hmm.
So even if I'm in a crowd full of people, I have my mask on, even though I'm vaxxed up.
Yeah.
So I don't see. So I figured out a way that works for me. If I'm around people, I have it on. When I'm not around people, I
Hmm.
have it on. Because I don't. If I'm by myself, I can't give it to myself. So
That'd be weird if you can't.
it really would be. I just look in the mirror, and next
Well,
thing you know,
I mean, if somebody's like carrying around like that, the bacteria on them, if it goes on you, and then you just go on
mm,
your day, and then you, if it's like on here, you go like that. Did you technically give it to yourself?
te- technically, no, no. That just means the universe is not on your side because if you walking if you just like if you walking by somebody who just decided to just leave the house and they unknowingly have it and they just cough in the air, you got your mask on, and they just cough and it just lands like on your shoulder,
Hmm.
and as you taking your shirt off, it just goes into, and you just breathe in while you take it, and it just goes within your. It's like, bro, the universe just don't like me at that point because because I done took every precaution and it just took me taking my shirt
You had
off
your
for me to
mask on. You're
die.
washing your hands every moment.
Exactly. It was very much so a confusing time, dude. And like, with the more information that we have now, I feel like
The mutations.
yeah, how the mutate. Yeah, I
It was an
get that. I
anime
mean,
villain.
the big the big one was the Delta, and even then, that is
Yeah.
on a decline. I just read this. I read this article. I saw this video, and the it's very much so like cases are down like 60%, and deaths are also down. So it's like the mutations are definitely, if anything, because like the one that the most recent one everyone was so freaked out about was like the mu, right? the mute,
The
and
second
like that,
the first patch or the second patch?
the second patch, like, and that
Wait,
decline.
no, the first patch is the second one, and the second one's the third one.
Oh, okay. Well,
So you talk about
well,
the first one.
the second
Like
patch,
you
I
got the
guess
original, and then you got the
you got the
patch
original,
notes.
the Delta, and the
You
mute.
got
So I guess number
2.0.
three.
You got no, you got
Mm,
1.5, and then you got
mm.
2.0.
Okay, well, 2.0 peaked around July, and that declined. So that wasn't a
Mm.
factor. The bigger the 1.5, the big, mutation, the Delta, that is declining now. So,
Yo,
and I think that. Mhm,
I think you know what's crazy about the second one, which is the 1.5.
mhm.
I think the first one got so pissed off that they weren't affecting anybody in Africa that they had to mutate just to get them sick. Because nobody in Africa was getting COVID from what was being told in the news and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But
I
and
didn't
then
even
and
know that.
yeah, and because yeah, I don't know, I don't know where
I
I
didn't.
saw this because I most likely like nothing was being said of like oh people in Africa getting sick stuff like that until the second one was coming around, and then that's when people were getting sick in Africa because people from England and stuff like that were
Mhm,
because they're like very connected to like South Africa,
mhm.
so like people be traveling from
Hey,
Africa to
can we
England.
pause this for a sec? Can we pause this for a sec? I gotta go handle something real quick.
Okay, hold up. So what are you saying?
What was he at?
uh
um,
all I remember is 1.5. Africa wasn't getting COVID that heavily,
I
and
didn't even
then
know that Africa
1.5
didn't get hit
that
hard
bad.
with COVID.
There was probably some of them, but not as bad.
I know New Zealand didn't get hit hard. That's why
Did 1.5
that's
do it to him?
1.5 did not do it to him actually,
Oh, nice.
because everybody was so this.
Oh yeah,
Mm, should I say
weren't they like
this?
very cautious? And
They
everybody
were
was
very cautious.
very like okay, we'll do it.
Yeah, because people that cared about their.
I think
Should I say this? I'm
do
gonna
you
say
think
it.
it's because they're a smaller like community, like as like an island or as their own country, like as a country,
I
like they're
mean,
smaller and they actually care about each other more than a country that has way more, like
no,
triple
I
the
feel
amount
like
of people.
nah, because I feel like even in a smaller country, like they still had detractors. They still
Mhm.
had people who were like, oh no, this isn't yada yada you.
But they're like
But like,
separated from like Europe, or there's also separate away from like like North America, South America. Like they're smaller and they have only them. Like they really aren't worried about other countries. Ooh,
yeah, but
pepper.
we as a nation,
I know
the
for us it's because
United
we're young.
States of
We're a young
America,
country.
not even like a young country. We're just a spoiled country.
We're a teenager at this point. I think
Very, very
we're
spoiled, right?
rebellious.
For no reason whatsoever. Like there's no reason that it took all of this just to get to where we are now. Like we should have been a-okay probably like December. Like we really should have been
Mhm.
like a year ago we should have been right where we at. But no. No, 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 no. And I'm not even blaming, the former Cheeto in charge. I'm just blaming the
Mhm.
rest of the people in the nation because like we gotta be smarter as a people. Ain't no way. that we should have been in the situation that we was in. Like it's new, but like to tell somebody, listen, all you gotta do is work from home for a little bit,
That was a golden
and
ticket too.
it was a ticket to literally be
It
lazy.
was
They said
yeah.
be lazy.
Be lazy. Do your job at home. Don't worry about going outside. Don't worry about wasting money. Just be home. Do your
Exactly.
thing.
And I feel like everyone who
But there's
was
also the downside
complaining.
because you can't hang out with people, especially if that's what you usually do. So like on the weekends, you hang out with friends. So if you can't do that, it's like killing somebody's routine. So I can see why they'll go
Oh
mad.
no.
But
But I get it, but it's like a majority, like all the unnecessary complaining and all that was just, it was on both sides, by the way. Whether it's people
mm,
who really wanted to stay home or people who didn't want to stay home, it's like, bruh, I get it, but all you gotta do is the bare minimum. If you
let me
want to hang out with two people, all you got to do is sit in opposite ends of the room, wear masks, and conversate. That's it. We have people say, "Oh, I want to go get my hair cut."
yo
You're taking
out of
a
out of
come
that,
on,
like there's a lot of people that probably took like started learning how to like cut hair, and they probably started like making it as a career. So I bet you a lot of
like
people are like, you know what, like they did it themselves. Like, you know what, I kind of like this. I kind of like doing this.
uh, I
But
mean, people found their passions in the earlier parts of it. Like people who did a lot of baking and people who learned to cut probably learned to cut hair, or people who started Twitch streams and podcasts and stuff like that. They uh they found different lanes to get in where they fit in. But you know, I don't understand who would have complained. Like given I was up in Sheboygan and there was not
given
a
I
lot
was
of
up in
people
Sheboygan.
in Sheboygan. So I wasn't really tripping about COVID because it didn't really because everything is so split up and far apart up there that it wasn't I wasn't really worried about. The only thing I was really worried about was like Stefan,
Hmm.
you know, bringing it to his place
Hmm.
because he was very much so, what I'm saying, not really worried about COVID and stuff like that. So I was just if anything I was worried about that. But it didn't really affect me up there. And then when I got down here, when I came back home, I got it
Oh
twice.
no, yeah, I remember
So
this because you told me that you had to go to a hotel.
yeah, that was and as somebody who experienced it, I tell people like, listen, if you don't get it as severe as someone else got it,
Hmm.
that doesn't mean it's not severe. Like it almost took me out the game. It almost took me
You had it
out.
that bad?
It I was literally like clinging on to like whatever breaths that I can get in. Like it was bad. So
Is it because like asthma or something?
yeah, like I have already have asthma, and in the beginning, I initially thought I was having an asthma attack. That was
Mhm.
not the case. That was not the case. I was at work, and I was like, I come up, I was like, yo, I might have to go to the hospital. And then I was like, yo, I can't breathe. So when I got the code, when they told me that, oh, you tested positive for COVID. Like that's if anything, like I was more on the edge of my seat when I had my first STD test. Like it was kind of like it was kind of like the same reaction. I was like, bro, like I was like, I almost lost my
As
mind.
bad
I called, it
as
was
bad as
awful.
an S.
It's as bad as an STD test. Like the anticipation of sitting there, just like, oh, I hope I don't got it, but if I do got it, like, oh God, what am I gonna do? And so it's like,
You
let's
literally
say,
felt like your whole sex life was gone when you had COVID, just like the
let's,
STD.
well, I thought my life was over when I
Uh,
got COVID. Dude. When I had to take my first STD test, I was like, I almost fainted. I was like, I almost fainted, dude. I was like, as soon as I got to his house back, like, you have, you have yada yada. You, I'm like,
Trying to clean yourself.
almost passed
Get it out, get it out, get it out, get it out, get it out.
but like with COVID, I was in the hospital, and like when they said you tested positive for COVID, my heart sank into, like, my stomach sank into my butt. My
Mm.
heart sank into my stomach, and I was like, dude, I didn't know what to do. Like, I called my boss. I'm like, oh, I got COVID. You know, granted, like, she took care of me. She
Mm.
made sure that I
Well,
still
she
had
has
got,
to, cause they can't fire you for having COVID.
yeah, like, she made sure I got paid too. So I was like, okay,
Yeah.
good. So I'm not worried about money right now. But I was still just like, dude, I have COVID. Like, this is not it. So I was. Then again, I stayed at a very nice hotel the entire time. Like, so
You had a
it
vacation, pretty much,
basically a 2 week
but you're
vacation.
dying. You had a vacation, but
Basically,
you're dying.
yeah. Again, like, after the first like 7 or 8 days, like, I could breathe again.
Hmm.
So I
No,
wasn't
that's what
breathing.
it
I
was
was,
with me. Like the first, no, like the first day. No, actually, I think it was the opposite. I think the first 2 days, I think it was bad, and then like the third
mm,
day, like it wasn't as bad, but then my throat started hurting.
yeah. It I feel like the symptoms hit people different. Like, some people lose taste, or some people lose smell. I didn't lose either one of
I
those.
lost my taste.
But
It came back though.
okay. But some
No,
people it's like
luckily, yeah, luckily for
yeah.
me, taste didn't really matter, or my smell, because smelling, it's always 50-50 with me every single time. Like, unless I actually know the smell and the smell's already like in me, like connected to me, like a nostalgic smell, then I
Mm,
definitely know the smell. But if it's like a new smell, I don't. It's like I don't smell it at all. It's like whatever. I
so
think
I,
I
I,
can't breathe through
mhm.
one. Wait, can you breathe through both your nostrils?
Yeah, I can.
Like
I feel like
like
since I
like
could only
one of them,
mhm.
like one of them is it like one of them you could get like a lot, and the other one
No,
like
both.
slowly, or they're both equally the same.
Yeah, I feel like because, like, my vision is so bad, I only have use of one of my eyes.
Mm.
So I feel like I have greater use of the rest of my senses. Like, I can hear like a mug. I can smell like a mug. So it's
No,
like, I
yeah.
can't.
So when it comes to smelling, like one of them seems like I
Hmm.
could breathe through it like like 50%, while the other one's like
Hmm.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
mean, I feel like we taste and smell kind of through memory as well.
no, I think like
Yeah.
the stronger it is,
Mm,
I think the more you recognize it, or
mm.
even if it's a bad smell, like I think it's the same thing. Like if you recognize it, it's
So
just bad smell.
so let's say, like, let's think of a snack from when we were younger. Let's think
I got a bad. I know
it,
exactly what, but it's a bad smell from like when I was in elementary school.
mhm,
It's not a good smell. It's a bad smell. Every Friday it was pizza Friday at
mhm.
elementary school,
Oh, the
and
square joints.
yeah,
Oh God.
I hated that smell.
Mhm,
Disliked it. It made me throw up. I didn't like it. I had to literally leave the cafeteria, and they let me
mhm.
to go to like far away from it that I can't smell it, and just chill there by
Mhm.
myself,
Jesus.
just so I
But
won't throw up.
it's certain things I can't smell.
Yeah.
Like, I can't smell mayonnaise.
Is there a
I
smell?
can't.
I think I've never smelled it in my life. I've tasted it. I've
Y-
like I could
Yeah,
taste
there's a smell,
like
like,
there's a
and
taste
it's
to it that
not
kind of makes it the
pleasant.
smell, but like I've never smelled it.
Mhm. Nah, it's some, like, I can't smell mayonnaise. I can't smell, like, what is it? I can't smell
Does
chocolate syrup.
wait, hold up. We gotta come back to this.
Mhm,
Mayo,
mhm.
does it have a smell? Because I swear to God, I don't
It
think it
has a
does.
smell. It has a
Does it
smell.
really?
Yeah, it does, and it's not a good smell. Like,
Because
I can eat it, but I can't smell it.
it does. It has no smell. It has like I can't smell nothing. Like literally, when
Okay,
it comes to mayo,
can you smell ranch?
I mean, yeah, because it has herbs.
Hmm. And the same mayo also has,
No,
like,
because
some
mayo is
sort of, like,
literally
herb
just
to it.
it's just egg, oil, and that's pretty much it. Depending if it's just plain mayo, it's just literally oil and egg.
I no, it's more into it. You
No,
can
that's when you
you can
start
see
buying
it
like the product
because
one
eggs
because they
don't have
start
a
adding
smell.
shit. They start adding.
Because eggs don't have a smell.
That's
Oil
why. That's why
does.
to me, mayo doesn't really have a smell.
It ha it smells like you
Like I
it's
could taste
it
it. It has
smells
a
like 6 a.m.
the Drake song.
No. Let me explain. You know that point in the morning where it's like it's kind of humid outside.
Hmm.
It's kind of moist it's kind of moist in the air, like you kind of feel like the dew. It smells like that
Well,
to
my
me.
imagination of how it smell is the way it tastes. Because I could taste
Mm.
it. Like it has a taste to it. It tastes.
It
I don't know. It tastes like almost plasticky.
plasticky.
No, but like that. But like the texture of it's like plasticky, but like it has a
Hmm.
different. It actually has like a good taste, but the texture of it is kind of plasticky.
To me, ketchup doesn't have a taste.
No, it has a taste.
To me, ketchup doesn't have a taste. It has a
Uh,
smell, but it doesn't have a taste.
it doesn't taste like tomatoes to me. That's for sure. But it
Oh yeah,
has a taste.
tomatoes don't have a taste as well.
No, I mean it's not really a taste, but
It's
it's like a, I don't know.
it's
It's like
like texture. It's texture.
yeah, because
Tomatoes
it's
is like
mostly
texture.
water
It's not just
inside. It's very like
yeah.
liquidy. Besides like the shell of it, which is like hard.
And does water have a taste?
Depending if you put your foot in it first and then you drink it, or if you piss on it,
Nope.
then it'll have a taste.
Well, yeah,
It's
because then
technically
you're
still
tasting
water.
piss.
They're both liquids.
You're just tasting urine at this point.
Yeah, but I mean it's
Uh,
still water. It's 50% water.
it's, I don't. It's certain. Like I said, it's just certain things. Like I used to love the smell of hand sanitizer as a youth. Because
It's a strong scent.
it smelled like clean clothes, and we all love the smell of clean clothes.
Yeah.
So
Well,
so I and
unless you're using like a fucking I was gonna say shampoo.
what the yeah, that's right. We put aqua velva into our
Yeah,
clothes right there. Yes, sir.
of it.
No, I use game though. I use game. Fresh sense
No,
of game.
most of it has a great smell.
Yeah, but like and that right there, I love this. Like it's just like I said, it's just certain things that I
I don't
can't
think anybody's
do.
really angry about clean clothes. The scent of clean clothes.
It's certain people that prefer funkiness.
Yeah,
Like my coworker right now, uh, and you know me, I'm a stickler for fresh breath and like smelling good in general.
I
And
mean some people. Yeah,
mhm.
you keep
this
going with
dude,
that.
this dude, he is. I get it. You're an older gentleman, and you no longer care as much. But, and I've said this for a long time, if I can smell you, you can smell you. And if you don't smell that you smell bad, I don't think I can be around
No, I
you.
think
And
at that
he,
point he's used to it. Used to his scent.
God, see, that's what that if if you like to talk in my face, brush your teeth, brush your teeth, like brush them. Cause like
Take a
I can
mint.
have a conversation with just like or a mint or chew some gum if you don't want to brush your teeth, but like make sure your breath don't kick me in the face. So he, my first day, like he tried to show me like how the how it usually goes and stuff like that, and the whole time I'm just like I can smell his breath through my mask, and it's not pleasant. This dude is his breath smells like vinegar, like
Yeah, I
apple
don't
cider
like
vinegar.
I don't like the smell of that. It
I
tastes
don't
very
like it
bitter.
either.
It smells
I
bitter.
don't.
It smells like
That's
feet, and I
that's
mean
what his
bad
breath smells
feet, and I mean bad
like.
feet. I'm not talking about like
Bad feet.
oh like
There's no
halfway
such thing
kind
as
of
good
dirty.
feet.
No, there's good feet.
There's no such thing as good. There's no
Yeah,
good feet.
there's a Wikipedia for fucking feet. People
There's
rate feet.
what is it?
I
Wikipedia.
swear to you,
That's
yeah.
that's pretty. That's the prettiness of feet. We talking about the smell of feet.
No, that's part of it. I think.
Uh, A question from a few months back that people were asking was,
No,
"Do you
wait.
wash
Before you
your
say that,
feet?" Mm,
so if you saw a foot and you thought the foot was a
mhm.
10 out of 10, but then you met this person and you smelled their feet, that 10 goes down, right?
Yeah, but mainly because I don't really look at feet. But if you see a pretty foot, and if you meet that
Well,
person,
that's if
and
you're into those kind of stuff. I'm not talking about you
yeah, and
specifically.
if you see, yeah, okay. If I was in the feet and I saw, it's like, yo, that's a dime piece foot right there.
Yeah,
I want to put that foot in my mouth, and then I see the foot in person, and
and they stink.
it got a funk to it.
Yeah.
I would be like, I don't think I want to put that foot in my mouth. I don't think I want to partake in this foot
It's
right
like
here.
I came
So,
back to Earth. Like
oh,
I'm
like,
good.
I can't back down.
I
That
was
foot
like,
was my angel, and
yeah.
now it's my demon.
Not
I
and now
don't
I'm working
think
for
that
Satan,
it's a
so
pleasure.
like I'm good.
No, that foot is the spawn of Satan. That's Satan's foot right there. That actually sounds like a great hot sauce brand. Like I'm using Satan's foot. Scoville level
Yeah,
3000.
that sounds like a good
Whatever
hot
the case
sauce.
is.
It sounds like
It really does.
a good hot sauce name. Just write it down. Just write it down. You never know.
Oh yeah, I
Yup.
got a few. I got a few. Hmm.
Never mind.
What'd you say?
Well, it kind of goes back to me as well. I was to say you're a black man, so like of course, but then I'm Mexican as well, so I do like hot
Exactly.
sauce
Like
too.
there's
So
no way around
yeah,
it. Like
so
we're both.
yeah.
And plus, I can't. I have stomach problems. I can't really eat hot sauce like that. I can't. I can't even. I can
But you
enjoy
take
it.
shots of it.
I used to.
Not no more.
No.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
I mean,
Not no
they weren't
more.
really that hot. The shots you were taking. I took a shot
It's.
of a hot one. And,
Oh my goodness, dude. I took a Tabasco shot one time, and I was
that's not that
like,
bad.
it. Yeah,
It
but like
no. I mean,
when it
well,
hits like
let me
right
rephrase
here,
that.
it's like it's a lot.
It was definitely bad, but I'm saying
Mhm.
like the level of that hot sauce
Yeah, I
wasn't
mean,
as bad. Like
Tabasco isn't that hot though.
yeah, but it's still bad because you're
But if
taking a full shot of it, and it's gonna of course gonna
exactly,
taste.
if you take a shot of Valentina, and
That's sweet.
thick. That's a thick hot sauce
Yeah,
though.
but it's actually sweet.
It. I mean, the aftertaste is kind of
Yeah.
sweet, but then there's still like that bit of like tongue sizzle.
When I
But
put Valentina like on my on my stuff on my stuff, usually it tastes very sweet to me. It's like a sweet hot sauce. Like of course it has a little kick to it, but overall it's like sweet to me.
it's just
So good.
you've seen Buffalo Boss, right, around my house.
Maybe.
Yeah, they got
No,
this
I'm saying maybe
the
like I probably did see it, but like I don't have memory
mhm.
of it.
Well, this is the medium sauce there is my favorite.
Isn't it
It's
just
like
buffalo?
it it
But it's their style
it's
buffalo.
like buffalo. It's like
But it's their
buffalo,
style.
but it's like a sweet buffalo. You know what I'm saying?
So like
It's
Dave's.
like it's like when you no, because like when you take a bite, it's hot, but it's like it's this sweetie
Mhm.
like barbecue saucy like tang to it, and it's good. It's good. I want to get an entire bottle
But
of it just because I
buffalo
need it.
buffalo sauce, if it's not
Mm,
sweet, it's I don't like it. If it doesn't have like a little sweetness to it, I don't like it.
mm.
I hate
I
that. I don't
hate
know.
mhm.
I hate that taste when it's
I hate a
heavy.
hot sauce that's just hot to be hot.
No,
Like
I
it has to have a
yeah,
flavor.
it has to have a flavor. It's just hot to be hot, and it has no flavor to it. It's just there to like burn your mouth. What's the point? At least
Exactly.
at least if you try the hot sauce that super hot, but at least has
Mm.
like some flavor to it, some sweetness to it. There's a reason. Like okay, I'm dying here, but but the
It's good.
sweetness, it's actually really
It
good.
tastes good. That's why I hate what's the hottest level of wing at Buffalo Wild Wings again? What is that?
I was gonna say
So
volcano, but that's a different place.
it's like the hottest
Flaming
one, and
hot?
like
No, no. Flaming hot
uh,
Cheetos.
I think it's like a Scolding or something. I don't know. Inferno. I think that's it.
It's
Inferno.
Party Inferno. It's some crazy thing like
But
that.
it's
John Lithgow.
I did that challenge, it, and it wasn't good. Like some it's hot to be hot, and I
Yeah.
understand that it's Inferno, but like, dude, it has to do it with some flavor. It's the same way
This
when
yeah.
I hate Wingstop's hottest wing. It's like, dude, it's not
That's why you just get mango
good.
habanero.
That's like a
That's
good mix of sweet and like some spice to it. That's
you're
good.
still gonna suffer somewhat, but the mango flavor of it still good.
It's just good. I like that.
You're in a
I
tropical
tried.
island with
Hmm.
Nazis in it. No, you're at a tropical
um,
island, but like Nazis are there. I don't
a
know.
tropical island, but they just like throwing habanero peppers at you the
Yeah,
entire time.
or you're in a beautiful like jungle, but like monkeys are just throwing like fucking mangoes at you.
Just beating you with cocoa nuts and
Yeah,
stuff like that. Why did I just say cocoa nuts? Like it's not coconut.
we're talking about jungles and beaches and cocoa.
No, because I've never even said it. I never even said coconut like cocoa nut before. Like that just sounded ridiculously strange to me. Um,
But I was just saying,
how much?
do you
Mhm.
think you have like any like Jamaican in you
Ah, I don't know.
F-
I have
from like
no
that
idea,
side of the family?
dude. I wish I knew.
Do
I
you think
don't
you have
know.
features of like somebody from
I
like
mean,
the
my
islands?
hair doesn't lock. My hair doesn't lock. I feel
Hmm.
like I've seen enough Jamaicans to know what an attribute of someone
Because you're
would
still
possibly
mixed.
be.
So like there's
Yeah,
still a lot of mixture, but like do you think that there's some Jamaican features?
if anything, I don't, that's a question I would definitely have to ask, like
Hmm.
my great grandma or my great grandfather, but I don't know. Like as that's I don't know. What if I was like Moroccan or something?
Who knows? Who knows? You might
From from what I've been told, I'm like I got a
like
mixture
Northern
of
Africa.
almost. Yeah, like I feel like yeah, because like I've been told like I got a bit of everything within me.
Hmm.
So like so I don't really claim like a specific race. Like I know what I am,
Hmm.
but like I don't really like to me personally like I'm just like I'm me. I'm miscellaneous, but like I'm me.
Hmm.
Like you can put me with what in whatever box you want to put me in, but
Well, the box you're in is Milwaukee.
like basically
Yeah, that's
like
basically
so
what who you
I
are.
don't like
You're a dude from Milwaukee.
if someone asks me like yeah I'm black, go crazy.
Yeah.
If someone says something it's like oh I'm I'm mixed I'm yada yada you like like I know what I am, but then again I
That's why
pick and
learn some
choose like
French. It will go
I, I
no lie French will go good with you.
will go why
Will go really good with you. Yeah.
what makes you say that, sir?
I don't know. I don't know.
Something about
I think it's more like the your I don't know, like your personality. I think you'll go perfect with like French.
I don't even know what to say to that. Oui,
Uh,
oui, mademoiselle. Like,
yeah.
oh, I don't know. I mean, I know like comment allez-vous, mon chéri.
Hmm. I think you
I
and you
know.
you have a good accent too. I think.
uh, I feel like with the number of voices that I do
Yeah.
of different accents, like I would I would have a little too much fun with French because I would feel like I would
And
just
that's
end
why I
up
think
being
it would be perfect for you.
I would just end up being Pepe Le Pew. Like I would just
A
end up
pervert?
doing that. Yeah, yeah.
A
They
pervert?
canceled him. He wasn't. He I don't think he was in the Space Jam with
No,
LeBron
for
because they
that
had
reason.
canceled
He
Pepe
was
Le
in
Pew.
it, but they just
Yeah.
took all his parts.
Oh, that's messed up. Like he was such a staple in like the
Yeah.
first one. So
No, but look, the difference between him and Lola. No, I mean, I don't think there's a different. I think there's a big difference. What I'm trying to say, Lola
they
just became less.
desexualized Lola.
Yeah,
Yeah, they desexualized Lola
but she
Bunny,
was
which
still
is
in it.
good because
They could have
yeah,
just
like
they
which
could have just
yeah.
less pervert fucking the skunk, fucking Pepe Le
No,
Pew,
that
and
was no, because I feel like in the first one, because like that that is very much so a big part of Pepe Le Pew's personality is him being like
hmm,
basically hypersexual, but like they over sexualized Lola
uh,
Bunny for the first one, so they took that over
so
sexualization out.
so they're both here
Yeah,
for their respectful like stuff that was happening. She was very overly sexualized, and he was very overly sexualizing.
Yeah, like he was hyper. She was over sexualized and he was hypersexual. But the thing is, him being hypersexual was such a big part of his personality
So they had
that
to
when you
literally take him out, and then
bro,
Lola Bunny,
they
all they
had to
did was do this.
was like lower her, like lower the sexualization, but still made
Mhm.
her like a strong character. Because there's no way that as a youth I should have been attracted to a cartoon bunny. Like that should not have been a
You're just
thing.
a furry.
Uh, no, bro.
No, I'm just kidding.
I, I mean, I mean, I'm not gonna get into my internet history, but it's you know, yep. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna go ahead and try to skim past that. But
I mean, there's a lot of it out there,
yeah, it is.
and I think we get bored as a person that we just start scrolling into. We start digging the hole even deeper and deeper, and it's just you just start realizing that what the fuck,
And
and then you're
and then
like,
you're just
eh.
watching four people in furry costumes just grind on sofas, whatever the case may
Yeah, I don't
be.
think I like if I saw that, I'd just be like, the fuck is happening? I don't think I'll turn on.
But the thing is, like, you would be so intrigued by it happening, you wouldn't even click off the video. You just like,
No, that's
oh,
what I'm saying. I'd just be like, what the fuck
people
is
do.
happening? Why is this dude doing it like that? Is he hot in there? Like, is he sweaty? How much calories do you
Like
think they burn?
they grind on each other. Like I know the friction of the suits
It's like,
kind of just like make it incredibly hot.
does he get shocked? Like when like they rub each other?
All the friction in there, they just.
Is
I feel
Birdman
like
just like the person doing it? Or it's like, what's going on?
I
What's
feel
happening?
like I feel like you remember Kesha? Remember Kesha?
Who?
Kesha, the singer.
Oh, Kesha. I thought you said Keshin.
Yeah, Kesha. You remember Kesha, the singer?
Yeah, she has one of my
I
favorite songs
was
of all time. At least it's
what
top
is that?
100. TikTok.
What is that?
TikTok.
Ah, yep, yep,
It's top
yep.
100 of all time.
Is it? I mean, all right.
Maybe 500, top 500, but it's there. It's. I hear it and I'm like, I love it. All
Those
nostalgia.
are just
It's all
because those are
nostalgia.
just lyrics you can't forget. Like, what? There's no better intro of a
It's the
song. Like,
song. It's not even the lyrics. It's
yeah,
just the song.
it's
And then
like the
Pitbull's in the
beat is
remix.
the beat is just catchy. It's like
Yeah,
wake up in the
yeah.
morning feeling like P Diddy. It's like, oh
And then the
snap,
music videos, she's waking up in like a random
a,
family's
a
house
tub,
in the
dude.
bathroom. Yeah, and just like, and they're like, what the fuck? Who the fuck is this?
But it's just like it's a line in there that just makes
Yeah.
you question, like, her as a young adult, just like, hit the streets and brush my teeth with a bottle of Jack. It's like, dude, you can't brush your
It's like,
teeth
how
with
old are you?
alcohol. Like, like that's how you end up with an incredibly white tongue. Use toothpaste and
Yes.
mouthwash, people. That brings me back to the stanky
Unless
breath
she has the tech,
conversation.
unless she knows something that we didn't know.
Like, is she killing herpes with Jack in her mouth? Like, I don't understand.
Yo, that's crazy
But
that one of the most randomest things out there in the world could be the cure for cancer.
listen, that's what every
Or just
single major
anything.
disease
Yeah.
too. Like,
Or just anything like like just anything that's kind of related to like a disease or anything.
I highly believe that there
Like
is a
dog poop
cure.
could be could be a part of to be the
Oh,
part of a cure for cancer. Who knows?
a cure for cancer, cure for AIDS, cure for all
Yeah.
that. It's like,
Like it could just
oh,
come from it could literally come from a dog that eats vegetables, and then the poop, it's literally
did
like
you
the minerals in that poop is like what makes part of that cure.
did you see real quick? Did you see the what is it? It's Moderna. They're making an HIV vaccine.
They found out they got it.
No, they're using mRNA technology, and the same thing that they use for the COVID vaccine. So they're I guess they're trying to make a vaccine that's like that can prevent
So they're just
HIV
using
or
part of the
cure
COVID like
HIV.
vaccine to make the
No, not
HIV vaccine.
no. They're using the technology that
Oh,
they
yo, if
developed
they,
the COVID vaccine
you
with.
know
They're
how
not
many more,
using the COVID vaccine.
you know how many people would start fucking even more if they found a vaccine for HIV.
That- like,
And
isn't,
you know how much dirty people will become.
Oh my god, dude! It's like that scene
Yeah.
from The Other Guys where that just made me think of that scene from The Other Guys where they're just like, we're just gonna have a sex party in your Prius. It's like 5 or 6 bums, and like so that's what I just imagine, just like dirty people in the
It's like, don't
back of
worry, there's a
Priuses,
vaccine for it.
just like, oh,
We got the
you're
vaccine. Don't
fine.
worry.
Just like, oh, I don't need to shower. I just got vaccine. What?
That's just dirty, man. I can't imagine that. It's just
It's so
that's
filthy.
nasty.
But people will do that, dude.
Yeah.
It's so bad. Real quick, man, because I don't know how much longer I got on here. I want to talk to you about greatness for a second. I
Greatness?
want to talk to you greatness, dude, because I
Wait, say that
have a
again.
conversation.
Because I hear greatness or
Yeah, greatness,
okay.
greatness.
So I wasn't okay.
Because I be having conversations with Stefan about just like greatness in general, and I just kind of want to see like where your head is at on the same topic because I want to know what you think greatness is. Like, what would you define greatness as? Whether it's like even on at a higher
Like
level or
seeing
just at
somebody as the
seeing
great
somebody or like
or
seeing
you
somebody
yourself being
being
great.
great or you like either one. Like, how would you look at you being great? Like, what would you define your greatness as?
Somebody I could look up to. Somebody that I
Mm-hmm.
think that they're like the way they're moving as a person is like very just the right like in a way the right path. I'm just gonna say it like that. Like
Mm-hmm.
like a Kobe, like hit like the way he thought or stuff like that. Like oh like he took basketball and he like made it like his thing like he put 100% into basketball. Even then, when he got out of basketball, he still put 100% in everything he did. Like even when it came to learning languages, because he knew Italian,
Mm-hmm.
like he was still learning. Like he loved like the country Italy that much, or because he grew up like somewhat there for a while.
Yeah.
Like he learned the language, and and not only because he lived there, even when he was out like back over here, like I bet when he got it older is when he started learning it. So like he put 100% like into that. He always put 100% into stuff. Like he was on it, and I think that specifically is pretty much what greatness is. Like when somebody puts like 100% into something and is very passionate about stuff, like it's just something about that that makes like that's what makes me like connect to them and be making them greatness. Unless
Mm-hmm.
then we start putting in specifically like oh why is he great and why he's the great like the best in basketball, oh because of this and this, or we start being
Yeah.
specific. But when it comes to like my eyes and oh that's the greatest of all time, it's pretty much like worth it as like uh that just like being a good person, like
I
not
feel
the
like. Mhm.
like oh stuff like that, like just positive things.
I feel like
Like if
once.
the person is giving
Mhm.
out positive vibes, what I mean.
Yeah. I I feel like once you can't deny a person's skills,
Mhm.
that's when that's what makes them like great. Like you can't deny that Jay-Z is one of like the
Yeah.
great like he has one of the greatest flows in hip hop history. You can't
Mhm.
deny you know just off his first 3 albums alone, you can't deny that Kanye West has just has like just as like a great all around artist to the greatest all around artist there. Like you can't once you see that that person has like undeniable skill, and then like and those attributes plus more, like you can't
Mhm.
once you can no longer deny that skill, that's when you acknowledge their greatness.
Mhm.
That's what I say. Like you can't in the same way you
When
just
they
brought up
mark
Kobe.
when they
Hmm.
mark like themselves in history.
Yeah, like you can't deny Kobe.
Yeah,
because we especially us, we saw Kobe.
I
We
used to hate
watched
him.
Kobe. Same.
No, but
Same.
my hatred was more of like people. I didn't want to bandwagon with my friends. I wanted to have like a
Yeah.
kind of a competitive like relationship with my friends or like family. So like I always went against the Lakers. But when I moved to Milwaukee, I kind of just threw all of that away, and I knew I was a Laker fan deep inside my heart.
I I used to hate him because I used to be a real big Celtics fan.
Mhm.
So that you remember that back to back that they had,
Yeah,
and like the Lakers,
2008 9
I
or
think
2009
yeah,
10.
2008, nine, I do believe 9 or 10, and that when that had happened, I was like, oh man, I was very much so the biggest Celtics head
Mhm.
in my household and in my school. So I did not like the Lakers for that reason,
Mhm.
and but like I still couldn't deny even at that point, like
Yeah,
even watching Kobe, even watching him ball, I was like, dog, he is gonna go
his
down
work.
in
Yeah,
history. Like
and then
his work ethic
yeah,
alone.
and that's when you start getting older. Because when you're younger, you don't really look at the worst ethic part. You just see as he's
Hmm.
like good basketball player. He's doing all this, blah blah, and you really don't see everything else. But then you start getting older, and then you start realizing like, oh shit. So he's like hit like practice to him is very important.
Exactly.
Like
It
the
takes some
knowledge,
time
like the
to
knowing,
hone the skill.
yeah, honing
Hmm.
skill, even like the knowledge of the game, like that's very important to him. Like just everything, like from
Hmm.
the physical aspect of the game to like the thinking process of the game. Like that's all
Hmm.
that like that to him is just like, and then that's why you start thinking like, oh shit, that's why he's great. That's why he's like the GOAT because he's putting everything. He's learning everything
Exactly.
of this one game just so he could keep up, especially when he got older, like to keep up with these the kids at the
Hmm.
to him. And even
That's
then,
why
like he
mhm.
was still gonna be part of basketball because when he left, to play competitively in basketball, he was still like I think working with NBA. He was still he was still very good, like very deep into it. Even
Hmm.
as a,
I
I
believe so.
think even with being a father to his daughter, like with her playing basketball, like that was
Hmm.
still him in the world of basketball, even though it's not the
Like,
NBA.
oh yeah.
He
I,
loved it.
that's high key. That's high key. Why I can't. No matter what moves he makes, I can't even hate LeBron either.
Mhm. I
I
don't think
can't because
I don't think he's as like like no, he
no,
might
dude.
be. I think his attitude to it's
His
different.
his attitude might be different, but
Yeah.
this in the same way, like his work ethic, like
Mhm.
the way he keeps himself up, even on the off season, he's always training, he's always working
Mhm.
out, he's always doing something to change up how he approaches the game. Like you can't, and I'm not even a Bron bandwagoner. Like I I am not his biggest fan, but
Yeah.
like I said, you cannot deny the greatness that somebody brings to the table. Like I'll listen to Logic. Do I think he's the best rapper? No, but
Not really.
I can
His skill,
acknowledge.
his skill as a rapper is really
Exactly, we
good.
can acknowledge his skill. You know
His
what I'm saying? We
writing
can
might
acknowledge
not
that.
be as good sometimes.
Yeah, like in the same way you can like you again. I feel like greatness is also perspective.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Especially
saying?
at the
If you
time,
take
depending on the time.
yeah, if you can take a non what is it if you can look at it from both sides of the field, you can really look at
Yeah.
somebody's greatness,
You could
whether you love
appreciate
them
it
or you
better.
hate them. Exactly.
Yeah, because if you
So
just look at it one way, you're either just gonna hate you're just gonna hate and be like, no, he's not good at all, or you're just
mhm,
gonna be behind like a yes man, being like, oh yeah, he is good,
mhm.
but do you know why? It's like, not
Yeah, like
really.
you're gonna say he's good no matter what,
Yeah.
or you can say oh they're bad no matter
Mhm.
if they got the skill or not. But if you look at it from like the middle view,
Yeah.
it's it's right there. In the same way, like we both grew up on Lil Wayne,
Mhm.
right? There was a few albums where he was like, "Bruh, what are you doing?" But then
Do you
again, a
think?
few.
Do you think it was just his flow? Why? Because people always bring up like the fact that he was always witty. His writing was
Mhm.
always amazing. Do you think it's just like his flow that like pushed people off?
I feel like he lost it creatively for a minute. Not even
No,
like the
because
flow,
people are
because
saying right now
his
he's
flow
like
has been
amazing.
consistent.
Mhm.
His flow was
No,
consistent,
but what I'm saying is
and
okay.
then
I don't think that's what I meant. Do you think his voice is what pushed people away, or his accent,
uh,
like the southern accent he had? Do you think that's what like kind
not
of
even
had
like this,
people
not
like?
even like this, because he's been talking the same way. It's how he presented his music.
Mhm,
It's how he did. Like after Carter 3, like that was his pinnacle. He hit his peak right there. It was there. And after he did, what is it? I'm Not a Human Being.
mhm.
He did what was it? Though he did the rock album. He did
He was trying
he
things
just
right
did a
there,
few projects, and he did some songs that made people go, "Yo, what is he doing? This isn't
but
the way."
like,
He made it seem like he was evolving,
mhm.
but he was
He was trying things
it
out,
seemed like a regret. Yeah,
but he was trying things out.
and it turned into a regression. But then you see Wayne come out with when he stepped into the, Carter 4 is an underrated Carter for me. I
Mhm,
love the Carter 4. It got some of his greatest like lyrical excellence
mhm,
there. But still, to me, Carter 3 was his pinnacle. That's where he was at his very best. But then Carter 4 was he was in lyrical excellence right there. But then after that, it became a steady decline.
okay,
It became, and it's not Wayne slander because I'm saying
no,
Wayne's a goat.
I know. But
But
I'm just gonna ask a question.
mhm.
Do you think him trying all of those things is him saying to his fans that, oh, I'm falling off, or is that the fans telling everybody that he's falling off? Because to
That's
him,
just
he
hardcore fans.
that's what.
Yeah,
Because to
that's
him,
just
he was just
hardcore
trying things out. He
fans
didn't
falling
even.
off.
I think at that point, he didn't care if it was good or not. I think he was just trying things
Yeah.
out. But everybody was
Uh,
saying that, oh, he's falling off. He's falling off. Like maybe he just did it. He just wanted to do all of that. Like people are probably just
uh,
taking like being over like just overreacting of like that section of his
Overreacting for the
career.
right reasons.
Mhm.
Overreacting for the right reasons. Because like I said, his hardcore fan base, which was like a good 80% of the world's population at the time, was wondering, yeah, what is this man doing? Like he he was our goat. He was
Mhm.
our legend, and he just completely
Do you,
did a 180. He did a shift,
mm,
and it's like, bruh, turn back around. Let's redo this, and what I'm saying, let's make it better.
mm.
And he did not uh he did not he did not completely flip the script again until he did Carter 5. Because it was just a whole long while until and it was a whole long while to where a lot of stuff he was doing
Mm.
was just garbage. And it didn't break his legacy. Like his legacy's already etched in stone. Like he's a
Yeah,
goat. Can't deny that. But
he's a young one.
just a few things that he did. Yeah, he is. He was a young. I was like he's been doing it since he was like, what is
No, I'm
it,
saying
13,
even
14,
till now
15?
he's still young. He's in his 30s.
Yeah, he's almost 40, but it's like
Yeah, but
he's
he's still in
still
his
like,
30s. Think about it.
I know.
It's like
And
what?
he's done so much.
Yeah, that's what I'm
He's
saying. Like,
achieved so much. So it's like, dude, like you can't deny that. So it's like
oh, okay.
I
I'm
I,
not a
I
big Little Wayne fan,
mhm.
so like all of this is not really like till now. It's like the past couple years is when people were like what I was hearing from Little Wayne is like, oh, like what was great about him was his pen,
Oh yeah.
because
Hmm.
like he was very creative
Oh
when
yeah.
it came to like. Well, I don't. I think he still doesn't write stuff. I think he still does everything from the dome. But overall, his
Hmm.
creativeness with his lyrics, being
And
witty,
like,
even though some of
yeah.
them might be corny.
But even then, like the created the wittiness of his pen,
Mhm,
that's what I meant by in those few years, like the wittiness of his pen. Because like
mhm,
like I said, his flow has remained consistent. He's
mhm.
always been Wayne. It's just his lyrical, him being lyrical just kind of went out the window in exchange for a whole bunch of nonsense.
Well, I mean,
Like
the rock album probably didn't really have that much like pen
it
wise,
didn't.
because it's just
Like
rock.
I am not a
I
human
think.
being 1. I'm not a human being 2. It was a him.
But did he have
still being
like couple
Wayne, but it
lines?
was
Because he does always in some verses always has at least one line that you're like, okay, that was
nothing
Wayne.
memorable, nothing memorable,
Hmm.
nothing
Well,
memorable
like I said, to me, I've
on
really
my end.
never heard a
Mm,
Wayne album in full.
mm,
I've never. I've only heard probably the 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 popular ones, the popular songs of Wayne. I've never heard a whole album of his from top to
mm.
bottom. Never.
Oh, I
Mm.
have.
I've never.
Um,
My opinion is not like the only things I'm saying is from what I've heard. Outside of that
mhm.
is I don't really have any information to tell people about Little Wayne.
But then again, I got into hip hop very late in the
Mm.
game. Like I didn't start listening to it until I was like 14.
Uh,
So I got
I
into it pretty late in the
I
game.
probably listened to hip hop before that, but I didn't think I took hip hop more seriously to like as a culture more seriously until
Hmm.
like maybe after high school
Uh, so
or
like
maybe
so
around
even
high school.
so around the time like we met and then we tried it the first time around. Would you
Cause
say that's when you really
I
like
don't.
took a look at it?
No. I've always listened to it, but what I'm saying is like
Mm,
took it like trying to take more from not take more from it. Try to learn more from it rather than just listening to like the music. Like because there's people that listen to music that just listen to music and to them it's just a cool song. But there's some people that
yeah,
take it in. Like they listen to a song and they're like, okay, they listen to the beat and they're like, oh shit, the sample and stuff like that. When they start like, when they start taking stuff from it, or like when it comes to also lyrics, like I didn't see it that way until like probably late high school, outside, like after high school.
yeah.
Because I think when we took
I,
the poetry class, I think that's maybe somewhat kind of pushed me towards like, oh, actually like listening to stuff. But I think I did have that feeling because when it came to a
mm,
song, like I would like the beat, but like I don't think I like my mom was there like to construct like to bring it. What's the word to like break stuff apart, but like but like the smart way, like the science word,
just say break stuff
deconstruct,
apart.
disconstruct.
Deconstruct. Yeah.
Yeah, like
I'm.
I wasn't this because like I will always enjoy it and like I always have a feeling like oh I like this beat and it was the drums, but I never really deconstructed it.
Yeah.
Probably
I
after high school.
mean, and I was just thinking about this a few days ago. Like literally, poetry class was my introduction into like me writing like any
Mhm.
rhyme, any lyric. So I would definitely say same around that time. I definitely start taking it a lot more serious. Even now, like with me just writing, I'm just like
Mhm.
trying to keep the same, making sure that I don't lose whatever lyrical ability that I
Mhm.
have.
You know what I think
Um,
kind of ruined me was taking it more seriously. I think that's what kind of made me stop writing,
nah, I
taking it
take
too
breaks.
serious.
Yeah, I take breaks.
Uh,
It might not be good.
I've taken a break. It's been long.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
been a
It's
long
been
break.
as you taking incredibly long breaks. I took in the release from I don't know when did I do Bird Treatment 2015, 2014. I didn't release anything else until like probably 2017, 2018.
Mhm.
I just took like I was and he like I just took a break and then like now like probably last year that's when I got back into it because you don't want to what is it oversaturate. You don't want to oversaturate
Mhm.
the market with yourself. You also don't want to like to kill yourself creatively. You don't want to just
But
keep
yeah,
putting your best stuff down and end up losing whatever edge that you have
and
in that aspect of it.
I think it was me. It's also like trying to like impress myself because I feel like sometimes when
Yeah,
I do write, I'll be like, this is just whack. Like I think
yeah,
everything I write that is just bad. So like I don't. That's what I'm saying. Like being like too like I don't know. I just stopped because of that reason because I felt like I
yeah,
was like everything I was writing down was just trash.
yeah.
So
I hear you.
overthinking. I overthinking.
Yeah, and that happens to the best of us.
Mm.
We're honestly our own worst critic. Like
Yeah.
someone can think you just wrote, you got the best, stuff in the game. You just like, oh no, this is awful. Like this is, I look back at Royal Treatment and it was at the moment it was fun. It was fun for me. Uh, but then I listened to it. I'm just like, dude, what was
There's a
I
couple
doing?
songs that's still good.
It was. I was just like, I was just. It was a lot that I definitely overanalyzed that tape. I literally tried to be a mix between Childish Gambino and Drake. And
Was there even
that,
did you even like understand that there was a kind of a story that was happening there, or did that just
yeah, and
pass through
yeah,
you and it?
mhm. Yeah, that's why in the one that I'm doing now, the story concludes.
Mhm.
This is where the trilogy ends. Like this is, I've wanted to do a trilogy. I thought it was just gonna be a 2 album thing, but I always thought trilogy, and it's like I was stalking like a few nights back, and I was just thinking in my mind, I was like, this is where it ends. Like it was almost 10 years in the making to conclude this story, and I feel like that's why it's taking me so long because I had to make sure I did the story right. I had to make sure everything that I've written with the theme of whatever story I was trying to tell. And Royal Treatment, it was the destruction of the relationship.
Mhm.
Thursday, it was the main character just finding himself. He was finding what made him him before the relationship that broke him. And I guess Lonely Boy Hours is the self realization part of it all.
Wait, is Thursday the one that the picture of yourself in the center and it's
Yeah,
all like dark? Okay, with the beanie.
yeah, yep.
Okay,
Like that.
I'm so
That
mad at you that you didn't want to use the picture I took
I
for your
did
album.
want to use the picture you took. Like I did.
You didn't.
But
You
I
didn't.
did though.
You
I
didn't.
did. The one
You kept
with the
saying
one
no.
with the jack by
You
my.
yeah. You kept
Yeah,
saying no
I wanted to do that.
because your balls were right in the center and you didn't want the people to look at it. That's literally your reason of not wanting to use it.
That was. Oh yeah, I remember that now.
Yeah,
It was a dope
it was a
picture. It was
great
fire.
picture.
It was a good pic. It was really good.
It has so
Um,
much symbolism in it,
it does. And one of the things I really wanted at that point was I wanted the purple sky because the purple sky just made it.
and the
Just
purple
made it
sky
all
was
work.
there.
It was really good. Uh, but I don't like. I feel like at this point, I'm concluding this story just to make the next story. And then like me and you have discussed like my love for trilogies in whatever way possible. Like because everything I love for some reason just comes in trilogies. I love the
Mhm.
Avengers movies. I thought that was just gonna be one big trilogy, but it turns into
Do
a
you
book.
think that's just a part of like our generation where like our entertainment was a lot, everything was a lot of trilogies, so like it's kind of
Hmm.
embroidered in our heads.
Yeah, because but then again, I also feel like to tell a good story, to tell a really good story, it takes
uh
time. You don't want
I
to
mean,
you
there's
don't want to
book.
conclude something.
Well, trilogies
Hmm.
also comes like way back because it's books. There was always trilogies. There,
Yeah,
and nobody
it's
wanted to make a big fat book. I don't
exactly
think people will want to read that. I think that's why they put them in parts,
like one of the most best-selling book series.
and it's more money,
Uh, huh?
and it's more money for them.
Exactly. Like the
Imagine,
Twilight.
imagine
Mhm.
if the Avengers was just one movie.
It wasn't a hit.
One, they will not make as much money as they made.
Mm-mm.
The story would be
If
trash.
if they never established that universe before even giving the Avengers, if they would have just gave us the Avengers and not given us like what every other story that they
Mm.
put in place before that, it would not have been a good look.
If Infinity War, Endgame and Infinity Wars
Mm.
was just one movie combined.
Oh no. Mm-mm. That
Yeah,
wouldn't have hit in the same way.
because
They needed
it
that
would have been
time.
it would have been longer, but I think it still would have it would have been like maybe 3 hours, three and a half,
Mm-hmm.
maybe
It would have
four.
been a lot of story cut. It
Yeah,
would have been a lot of story cut. I feel like they needed that break, that time, that needed Infinity War, and then they needed Endgame. They needed to take that break. How long did if it was Infinity War came out, and then how long is the Endgame? Like a year,
A
right?
year.
Yeah. So they needed to have breaks. Like it really had to sink in. Okay, this is like the battle.
Hmm.
Because like after in Infinity War, it's like all the evaporations happened. Everyone felt that emotion, and then if it would have went right into that other half of the movie, you wouldn't have had time to process it and feel it and anticipate what happens next. And that. So the sequel and the continuation of like everything. That's why I love any idea that I come up with. Like after this, it's omega, beta, alpha. It's
Yeah.
literally everything is a story. For me, it's a story. It's the progression of it. You start out this way, you end up like this, and then you conclude this way. The progression of it makes the story. It took Iron Man from Iron Man 1 until Endgame. His story progressed, and they concluded it in the greatest way possible. So the conclusion has to be the grandest thing. It can, like, I love Thor: The Dark World,
Mhm.
but to people it was a lackluster movie. But it took Thor Ragnarok for people to really embrace Thor. So even if you have a lackluster middle project or middle whatever the case may be, if you really even then you still need to have people invested in that middle section of it to get to that conclusion to really show
Uh-huh.
them this is
And
what you were waiting for.
you still had to be. It still has to be good too.
It does. It really
It
does.
can't just
That
be
big
like, man.
that big conclusion is everything. So
No, I mean the
yeah,
middle is everything too, and the beginning too.
yeah. The beginning just draws people in. Like honestly, to
But it's,
me,
yeah,
the
but it still
first
has to be good. Uh,
the only first Marvel movie that I truly enjoyed was Guardians of the Galaxy. I love the Guardians of the Galaxy.
mhm.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2 to me, that was lackluster. That was lackluster to me. I also enjoyed the first Captain America. I really did. The first movie and then that second movie kept me there in the Civil War. That was to me
It's
was the bread and butter right there.
it's weird because like I feel like like I, like not wanting to see like the first like the first episodes, the first like part the movies because I feel like
Mhm.
I've been far. It's been so far from like where we at right now with the Marvel series that I
Mhm.
like going back will feel weird. It's like
Yeah, true.
just knowing what's I rather know what's gonna happen next rather than from what I've known.
Like, yeah,
Go back.
I couldn't
It
watch
just
it. I
feels
couldn't
weird.
watch a marathon of it. Yeah,
No,
I couldn't watch a marathon of it. I couldn't.
I could probably do it. I could probably watch. I could definitely watch them, but like that's not like my first thought. Like it's
Yeah.
not me wanting to go back. It's like if it's with friends or like a marathon and stuff like that. Like I'll watch it. But like if I'm by
Mm.
myself, it's like the first thing that's like let me watch Iron Man. Oh, it's a good movie. It's like I don't know. It's just knowing the fact that where we at right now. It's like why
Yeah.
go all the way back? But I could just go like just like to like a series that's closer to where we at right now than all the way back.
Yeah.
Like that, all of that is done. Like, why do I want to go back? Like,
No, I
it's
hear
just a
you.
fact
I hear
of
you.
like, not. It's like a waste of time in a way.
Yeah.
Even though they're good movies.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that wouldn't be like the movie to go to. After that, I'd rather just watch. I might watch Winter Soldier.
Yeah. That's a good rewatch right there. That's a
Yeah.
good rewatch.
Black Widow was
Um,
good. I liked it. I cried.
I did not. I did not. It did.
There's
It
just
did
certain
introduce
moments.
us to
Just certain
the
moments,
sister. It introduced us to the sister, which I feel like is going to be an intricate
which is not
character.
the sister.
And then,
Just crazy.
yeah, yeah, it's going to introduce us to a very different aspect in the next few Marvel films. Everyone's that she appear, and I can't wait for Hawkeye either.
That's
Cannot wait
in
for Hawkeye.
less than a month, or
Yep, that's why I cut off my Disney Plus until then.
until November.
Because because I don't seen everything else. I watched What If. Um, that was great. The
I
Watcher is
gotta
such
finish
a
that.
creepy character.
Wait,
The
Wait,
Watcher
who?
is such a creep. The Watcher.
Oh,
Such a creepy character.
Doesn't he get closer the more the episodes get through? You get through the episodes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like if you watch when you watch the final episode, you go listen. You kind of expected it. You kind of anticipated it.
He is Galactic. I'm just kidding.
No, he's not Galactus. No, I'm waiting on Galactus. By the way, I don't know how much time.
No, he's gonna. I think he's gonna be one of the villains.
The Watcher or Galactus?
No, Galactus.
In due time. Because we already got Kang. Yeah. I don't know if he's just gonna be a villain for.
I think he's gonna be like a Thanos.
But like I said, I feel like we need Galactus.
No, because the thing with Khan is that he could literally be everywhere, a different version of himself, and it'll still be good. Because it doesn't have to be just the Kane that's definitely the main villain, the main Kane. Because there's plenty more of them.
There are different variations.
Yeah, so he could just be like a come out character until like he is presented as a main villain.
Yeah.
So right now he could he's like a side character in a way.
Yeah.
At the moment.
I'm really waiting on Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Can't wait to see that.
How when does that come out? 2013.
2023.
Yeah. So Multiverse is in March.
Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, that's in March or something. Or February.
I have no idea.
For some reason, I thought it was further ahead, but it's literally like around the corner.
All I know is like it's gonna be darker than the last Doctor Strange.
Well, it's gonna have fucking Scarlet Witch, Kane, Khan, Spider-Man, maybe.
It's Kang. It's Kang.
It's Kane, not Khan.
It's Kang.
It's Khan. I say it's Kane, not Khan.
Yeah.
So is Khan a different? Isn't Khan the Barbarian, or is that?
Who?
The Barbarian. Khan?
Who is Khan?
Conan the Barbarian.
Conan the Barbarian. Who is Khan?
I thought that was
Star Trek.
Is that where Khan comes from?
Yes.
Okay, because that's the name that's in my head. For some reason, it's there, and I don't know where is it from.
It's Kang the Conqueror, not Khan.
No, I'm just wondering where Khan is. Why is Khan in my head?
I have no idea.
Yeah, why is that pronunciation? I
wish I knew. How much time we got left?
Well, it's been like an hour and a half.
Oh, okay. Well, we can cut it off right here then.
No, I mean, yeah, pretty much. This could be the end.
Yeah. It's been a pleasure. It's been a minute since we did this.
Close it out, so I know where.
Well,
it's a lot of scattering with topics.
It's a lot of scattered conversation. If we ever do this again, we got to get back into. Let's
just talk about like a certain topic.
Yeah. But
let's have like 2 topics each at least.
Yeah.
Because I had a topic about like wanting like not having it's been so long like having a like kissing somebody.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another topic right there. We can definitely.
And it's just it is a feeling in my head that's always pops in my head. It's like, damn, it's been this long, and this is like I also think like I think kissing is more passionate than sex.
I think hand holding is more passionate than kissing.
I don't know about hand holding. I think kissing. Well, yeah, but this was,
But this has been the Word on the Ski podcast. Thank you for listening. I am VersaceLaz.
I don't like doing outros or intros. I don't like doing outros or intros. That's why I'm like. That's why I'm letting you do it.
Well, I am VersaceLaz. This is Benji Lupe. Thank you for listening to the Word on the Ski podcast. We will see y'all next time we do this. Peace.